then there are two kinds of feelings. Like sensation. And in the West, you call it emotions, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because in Thai, we only have one word.
Uh-huh.
So this is from the mind. It's the feeling of the mind. This is the feeling of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's start with the feeling of the body. Today, this is what I eat. So you see that it's heavy. And that's because of the earth element. I have this weight, it's heavy. When it's heavy, you feel heavy. And it's like you feel the touch and then your body. That's the sensation. And then it's like when there's lots of food in the stomach, you feel heavy here. That's sensation. And when lots of gas in my stomach and I feel pain, that's also the sensation. So when the four elements keep on changing within here, it keeps on changing. The sensation arises here. This is heavy here, and now it's heavy there. And then when I have headache, it's heavy up there, like so heavy. When I have a headache, and it's like my head is about to explode because of the pressure. The wind. There's lots of wind, lots of earth element here. Then I have lots of headache here. So that's sensation. Just because these four elements keep on changing, but we name it sensation, and it's not there all the time because the four element keeps on changing. So sometimes you have sensation here, there, keeps on changing, and that is how the definition of rupa in Buddhism, or the matter that the Buddha says that it keeps on deteriorate.
Mm-hmm.
See, it cannot stay as it is, keeps on changing. Then you have sensation, and you eat different things, so you feel different things. Mm-hmm. And since childhood, your body has been formed up with so many different foods. So you have different sensations. Mm-hmm. So that's sensation. And then emotion, that's from the mind. Feeling, it also comes, the feeling, that there is some kind of the value of pleasant, unpleasant. And indifferent. Right. They're three. So this is positive, and this is negative, and this is just zero.
But also the sensation can be positive or...
Of course, yes. Sensation. But then we give the value to it. Right?
Yeah.
It's when it's so heavy,
yeah.
we call it headache.
Yeah.
So yes, it's pleasant and unpleasant. But this is due to the changing of the four elements. We call it sensation. So either it's very nice of you to remind me. So feelings always consider positive, negative things.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot run away from that.
Feel something like nice on earth, and also bad.
Yes, because it has its own characteristics this way. Yeah, and this is dualism in the nature. It's like electricity that exists here, and I don't know how they did it. There are two poles of electricity, right? Positive, negative, and then there is electric current moving. It's in the nature that way. But then when the electricity, we don't know where it is, but it is. It's somewhere. There is when it's like the wind also. There is pressure, high pressure and low pressure. And when there is difference of high and low, then there is wind. But when pressure is exactly the same, there is no wind. So the wind doesn't really exist. What exists is the condition of positive and negative, the pressure. So this is also, like the two poles of the characteristic of the mind that also exists in the nature. Just like the wind, just like electricity, it's just the same in the nature because it's the nature. And then perception. Now perception works like this. When I...
One question for Felix.
Yes?
Emotions end up as sensations as well, right?
Yes, because the mind and the body depend on each other. That means that the emotion depends on sensation. When you have lots of gas in your stomach, you're not that happy. It feels uncomfortable. You cannot smile all the time. Even your face changes. Like your face naturally changes. The rupa changes like this when you have lots of gas in your stomach. And it changes naturally. It's not the intention to like this. It depends on each other.
Okay.
In both sides, in both ways also.
Exactly. Yes. Like when you taste something, like when you taste this delicious food, chocolate, it makes rupa changes naturally. And it's also changing because you feel that it's pleasant. When it's pleasant, the rupa changes accordingly. Because you're together. So perception is like when the light, or when we're conscious, I see something, I see the tree. First of all, the light shine at the tree. I see the tree. So when I see the tree, I remember, the form of the tree comes into my mind, right? Comes through my eye. Just like I take the picture. Constantly. Yes. Like when I see it, the mind takes the picture. This is what I see. You're so big. Now it's very small. See, the picture is very small. But it's the copy of the reality that comes into the mind. It's not the same thing. Just a copy. And then I keep it in the storage. This is the storage of what I think real. Just that moment. So this is what perception is all about. It's not the same. This and that are two things, not the same. So this is perception. And we think that this Rita and that sitting thing are the same. Because this is perception. And it's been stored in the storage of the mind, in the memory. That's how perception works. Just because when eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body receive the information from outside, it cannot take the whole reality from outside into the mind. So the only thing, the information is being taken in this form in order that it can be put in the mind. And then once it's being put in the mind, you if you see this, this is an example. Then you know what it is. But sometimes this is what you've seen. Now, tell me, what is this?
I don't know. It doesn't look like nothing.
Just give me an idea.
I think it's you holding your phone. I don't know.
No. What is it then?
It's just,
I'll tell you later on.
it's a white spot.
Okay, white spot. What is it? What do you think?
Questo è soggettivo,
A box?
sta raccontando.
What?
Fog.
Fog.
Like in the morning.
A
there's
fog. Ah, what is this?
Yeah, you said that right.
Something like fog.
Oh, something like fog.
In
Yeah.
the plane,
Yeah, good.
clouds.
The cloud. Okay. This is exactly the same thing, like what's being perceived in the mind already. But then this is different interpretation from the same thing. Where is it? Where is it? Now, tell me what it is. It's gone now. What is it? Okay.
I
You're
have no idea.
just like imagine now you're a kindergarten kid, and then the teacher comes with this picture, and then you have to write a story.
This is like a Rorschach test. Like, I would say it's like it looks like you take a picture out of a train that's moving fast.
Okay, train.
Because you know it's a picture. If you don't know it's a
Yeah,
picture.
would you like to? Yeah, interpret what it is.
It's white and black.
Okay, white and black. Good.
It's a shadow.
No, it's actually I love the shadow. Where is it?
It's gone. It's nothing.
Yeah, now that's the
C'è una favola,
Wow, the perception.
sull'elefante.
The picture which has been
C'è dei tre
stored
ciechi.
Io sento nulla più.
arise in
C'è
your
il
mind
col sordo.
again.
Adesso non mi ricordo bene.
Seems like
No, sono
someone
stati
Sono un po' dolci.
tutti sanno.
and the light
Una
is
parte.
like this is the phone, that is the hand, and that is the light, which comes from
Oh,
somewhere.
okay. Would you like to tell me what you think it is?
Foto sfocata.
Gain a price if you
Piano.
This is no winner.
Dici? Una foto sfocata?
Sì.
No focus.
No
Picture.
Focus.
picture.
No focus.
I don't know.
Piano di viso.
Really, I just noticed that it looks like cloud or.
Nessuno ha indovinato.
Okay. So
what was that?
you see, what I did was I took the picture of the toilet. The white part is part of the toilet seat.
Ah, sì.
And what's the
C'è della
black
toilette
part?
fuori dalla porta?
The lid.
L'elefante.
The lid. And then I took a picture of the lid. So I think that there is the light, the light coming, and then there's the shape of my phone.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, you see. So you notice this line, and then you remember in your database that it looks like the telephone.
Yeah.
So, and so at the time that everyone tries to figure out what this is, it is the result comes out different because you have different stored memory, and so perception works in a way that it tries to recognize. I mean, you have already received the information, and in the process of trying to cognize it, once again, you are born. Do you think that do they have past life? Of course. So they have the stored database. They don't know the language yet, but once they see something, they start crying because they're scared. So they might just, interpret it with their own, from past life database, and then they get scared. Everyone has this perception being stored from the past.
Okay.
Past means past moment or past life.
Okay.
And then mental formation. And it's like you have so many ingredients, many information in the database. Like you're cooking. You're the cook.
Yeah.
You have tomato, you have carrots, you have pasta. Okay, this is being stored in the fridge now, just like they're stored in the memory, in the perception. And then today, that's in the past, and then today, you get something new. Today, you get soy sauce from today, and you add soy sauce into this, and you start chopping, cooking, and here it is no longer carrot, no longer soy sauce. Now it becomes pad thai, and I'm the cook. This is formation. See, there are lots of ingredients being stored in the mind, and then something new gets in at this moment through the eyes. That's like soy sauce just get in. You put the soy sauce there, and then the cook starts cooking, and thinking starts. Oh, pad thai. Pad thai is the result of the food being cooked with the stored ingredient and the new ingredient coming in. That's mental formation. So you see that of these things is a phenomenon. We label it as consciousness, but it's phenomenon that moves on. Like touching and seeing, and the light shines on an object, and hearing, contact the object, tasting. The consciousness contact the body, then you feel the sensation. That is, each process is just phenomenon being conditioned by objects and consciousness. There are two things meet. So everything is being conditioned, or just like it cannot be just one thing. There are two things together, and the third thing happens, and then the feelings is there's something added onto the information. This is like to give value to it. So this is the ingredient being stored, and this is the new dish, and the cook. So this becomes like ideas, opinion.
Can we, to make it understandable, maybe more understandable, can we make an example? Like if I'm getting conscious of pain in my body,
Yes.
I will put my consciousness on my hips because I got some physical pain.
When you're conscious of it,
Yeah,
when you're conscious of this area here,
yeah,
then it's pain. We call it pain.
yeah,
But it's just because there's lots of pressure here
yeah, yeah,
and lots of earth element here,
yeah.
and not anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So like the earth moves here, the air move here.
Yeah.
That's pain.
Yeah. And then I will have a feeling about it.
Sensation.
Yeah,
This
sensation.
is sensation. And then when you get this information, you give the mark minus 180 because it
Yeah.
hurts.
It's not pleasant at all.
No.
So it's
And then
minus.
it's not, it's very bad. So it's minus 180.
Okay.
But if it's like just scratching, it's itchy, it's minus 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, it is the mind who gives the value to the feeling and the sensation, being the judge. Okay, I give you this amount of pleasant, and you say it's 10 or plus 10, minus 10, whatever. And it's in the nature. It is the mind that separates this into positive, negative.
If we call equanimity the goal to achieve, which is Goenka in some ways saying,
Yes.
When there is this automatic function of the mind
Yes.
that says minus 180, isn't that the moment where I already lost equanimity? Because it happens?
No, it works that way. That's we're talking about the process. It's at this moment it's positive something because you also have the stored memory that your mom told you that this is very dangerous. So you're so concerned about the hip, even though it's only the movement of the wind and the earth element. But with this perception, you add some more unpleasant to the mind. So when you have unpleasant, so the sensation is like belongs to the world. You know, it's like you cannot do anything with that. But it is unpleasant or pleasant of the mind that you add onto it.
The mind is judging.
Yeah, there are two layers, you see. Yes, the judgment adds even more pain into it because this is the pain in the perception of like, oh, it's the pain of the cancer.
Yeah,
Or
but then
something.
it's become a mental formation. If I'm telling, oh, this
Yes,
is pain
so
of
you have
the-
to go to see the doctor now.
Yeah, this is mental formation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So let's see, I see minus 180 and I just see minus 180 and I don't make, oh man, it's minus 200 with my mind.
Right, you
Then
see?
I have been equanimous.
Yes, because you see it. You see that, okay, this is 180. And just like you sit here and then you see the storm coming and hit the trees, you know, and everything looked just so chaotic. So that's negative, right? But you look at the storm coming and hit all the trees. But it doesn't matter to you. And then because you just observe it. And sometimes, you know, it's not the storm. Now, it's, you know, lots of beautiful birds coming. You're also seeing it, but it's there. You observe it. Your observer doesn't really matter, but it's there.
So the mind is not judging anymore because it's the observer.
Right, the observer. And what happens? It happens to the world. You see, the sensation is from the four elements. Like the storm happened in the world. Sunrise is in the world, sunset in the world, storm, or wind blows, or sunrise, beautiful. Because they're just like this changing of matter. And we said, okay, this is good, this is unpleasant. And that's, you know, that's like the value in the nature that it's true. It's uncomfortable for the eye to look at the very bright light. So it is being judged as unpleasant. So you have to turn our head away. You have to close your eyes because it's unpleasant. And these two things plays very important role to make the mind go further. You see that the consciousness is nothing. It just shines the light through this object. This is being added on. This is even worse. So when we say that when we train our mind, we want to train our mind to purify the mind, which is the process which the most purified. This one, because it's not really being added anything on, not really being cooked yet. So it's this, the consciousness moment. But see, they come together as the process. We cannot dissect it. But then we can, since it's the process that, you know, but we are able to be aware that, oh, now pleasant arises.
Yeah.
So now it's being added onto what we see. And the mind judge, oh, it's so dangerous. It's being added on it again. So this is what we see, just conscious of it. Being added. And mental formation. I better do this and this because it's so nice to have to go out now. And this is the cooking, form up again the new ideas. But we know that now the cook is working, presenting the new dish as the thought. The thought is a new dish. So we can be aware of the moment that this is the cooking moment, presenting the new dish moment, and this is the moment that positive, negative is being added on. I don't remember yesterday. Did you say that it comes deep into your mind? You know, it's like this pleasant, so pleasant thing comes deep into the mind, and it's not sensation because it goes deep into the mind. See, it's being added. The mind is there, but this is being added into it.
You said then that when the feeling is into your body, you call it mind.
We call it mind.
Yes, but you said it.
See, there are two layers.
No, for Thai people,
Yes.
the mind is here.
Yes, you told it yesterday.
Yeah, this is very
it's
confusing
strange.
for us
Yes.
because we have
Yes.
everything here, the mind, the thoughts, the consciousness, it's
Yes,
everything
yes.
is here. But for them, it's
Here.
different.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
See, my
Even
thought.
the database
Yeah.
is here, you know?
Oh,
Your database, our database is here. Yeah, so
my database, my perception arises here, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, just projected here, outside of my body. And then my thought around my head. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the feelings kind of like around here. Yeah. So when we want to learn the reality of the 5 aggregates in order to get rid of the misperception of Luang Mae. That's misperception. So when we have misperception, we communicate with misperception ideas. You talk about madness because it doesn't exist. And I now in my mind, you know, the cook present this dish, and her in her mind, her cook presents another dish, and then we're talking, which is nicer one, and we argue about it. We say, no, your food is not good. I said, my mind is good. It's kind of crazy because everything is being presented, being formed up. There is no such thing as lasagna or pasta or whatever that comes into this thought. But we argue about it because we hold on to my lasagna.
Yeah, it's
She
mine.
holds on. Yeah, she hold on to her pad thai. See, just see. But in reality, when we are mindful, we were talking about. You know that it seems like the thinking is not inside, but it seems like around here.
Yeah.
Around here. Since it happens so close to here, you think that it belongs to you. She also thinks that it belongs to her. When it just the natural phenomenon that's happening around this area, that's natural phenomenon around that area. Now I have a question. I have another question. So, okay, I believe everyone sees square, right?
A circle. Square. What?
A
Square. Square
A
made
square.
with different.
Yeah, a big
geometrical-
square.
Yeah.
A big square. Of course, there are small squares, but then there is a big square.
Yeah.
But the big square doesn't exist. See, there are only circle, small square and this form, but they are placed in this way. Therefore it forms the square. See, the mind actually secretly draw the link. And that is what the mind does. And this is illusion. The square doesn't exist. But since the mind draws this for you, you believe that the square, the big square, truly exists. It doesn't. So what we are trying to do now is to learn about the mind, to go into each one. See, dissecting. One moment you feel this, the next moment you feel that, and the next moment you feel whatever happens in the mind. So you're mindful of each one. What you perceive is not the big thing anymore. You perceive only this at one moment, and next moment it changes to this, next moment it's this, whatever it's called. That's why we don't label it. So one moment, only one thing. One moment, one thing. And you only observe it. You observe this at this moment.
Can you give an example what can be the big square and what can be the little each element?
Each
So
element
maybe-
is you're itchy here.
Okay.
And then when you walk, you feel on the right foot, and then you feel the wind here.
Okay.
See, that's one moment you feel here. That's one element.
Okay.
Another changes.
Okay.
Another changes. See, that's the reality. What's real is only this.
Yeah.
Only each
And
one.
the big square is all your body.
Yes, the big square is like the experience.
Yeah.
Like
everything.
I'm walking this morning, and it's kind of nice, you know. It's the experience, or I had very bad experience this morning. The experience is the big square.
Okay. It's the addition of all the little elements.
Yes, you put everything together and form the square, and you talk about this experience. No, it doesn't exist. Only this and this and this and this. And that is why when we communicate, I don't understand what you mean. Because I feel this.
You do that?
Yes. I think that maybe yesterday I said, like Anna says, this experience. And I said, what do you mean by experience? Like the whole thing. It doesn't exist. It's just the formation of the experience when you call it this. And it doesn't exist. What's real can happen only one moment, right? Like you feel only one thing at one moment. The next moment, it's gone. So it's not real. We feel this at this moment, and the next moment you don't feel it, but you remember it. It's part of the perception already. The next moment you feel this. The next moment you feel this. Only one thing at one moment at a time. And that's real. The reality is only one moment.
I have a practical question. Like, for example, I am a kindergarten teacher.
Yes.
And so my mental formation is like a child cries, I will care for it. Like I'm going to take it on my lap, for example.
Yes.
So, and this is maybe a pattern which is like a construction of feeling, perception, and so on. But for living my daily life, don't we need, like, for example, with this example, kindergarten teacher, don't we need somehow a mental formation to deal with the things we have to
Okay,
manage?
this topic is about yourself. It's about this specific life, you know, this one thing,
Yeah.
which we do not know. Now we try to know what it is. We try to know all the process of this entity.
Okay.
We're not talking about the children. We're not talking about her. We're not talking about someone else. But
So
it
it's
happened exactly the same way. Like the child, you know, the process goes like that. But it's not, I'm happy now, but then her process is negative. she's scared of something. She's sick, right? Like yesterday, you were sick, and then you felt so uncomfortable. So there is the interaction, which I'm not talking about that yet. I'm talking about what's happening now here. And our purpose is you have to learn this first before you can understand this and that and that.
Yeah, I don't think now I'm not telling that feeling, perception, and mental formation are not good, that we have to get rid of it. We're just trying to observe all those phenomena. And they exist, and they will always exist. They will always exist. They are there, no? Those things.
Yes. So this is a natural phenomenon. And it belongs to the world. We want to really know what this is. And what's added onto it is extra. So what's true is only one moment. And in the mind, when it is not being added on, it's this moment, and not that, and not that. If we can, that's this moment, when the feeling is added on, we'll know that, oh, this is the added moment on something purer than this. And then the next moment, you only see something. So this is the moment which is purer than the last one. But then the next moment, you have some kind of perception, or the memory, the vision arises in your mind. It's different already. And this is illusion. Something like that. So we want to learn momentarily phenomena that keeps on changing. And that is the 5 aggregates. That's what we call Luang Mae. That's what we call blah, blah, blah. And Luang Mae doesn't exist. Luang An doesn't exist. Come on, doesn't exist. There's just a set of these processes going on.
And we cannot get rid of them. Those processes always exist, will always exist. We just can observe them and be aware of them.
Yes, that's a very important point. There's a way that you can observe it. It's like this is observer. There's like vipassana eye. It's like in the mind, and then you're zoom out from what this is, and that is what I try to say. Hey, try to zoom out and look as an observer. Then you will see momentarily each process, the process of each moment going on, in order to understand that there is no such one thing, not moving, not changing at all. And everything is being added on, being formed up. See, this is the first thing, then the second is added on, then the third. No, there were so many ingredients, so not just one in the beginning. And then you add the new thing on. So everything is sankhara, because you kind of mix, just the mixture of so many things in here, and each one has different mixture, but the cook keep on cooking the new dish all the time. And we're talking about the dish, something outside, and not realizing that in fact the final process is exactly the same as you gather each matter. So this is the purpose, to really know how to learn the body and your mind is actually the process. And that is when you realize that through your own experience, then it is the right view. Right view here is when you observe momentarily. I think that now you agree when I explain this, because you understand it, because you actually experience it, but you never really realized that, that it makes sense. You understand, oh yes, this process has happened. Oh yeah, this process happened. Oh yes, this process happened, but not now. It just, yes, in the past it happened with you. But now, since we try to observe with your own experience, so that you know that it truly exists with your own experience, each moment, only then it becomes your knowledge that the process truly exists. And that's reality. And this is just the concept, being explained to you. But the true thing will be your own experience each moment.
You can understand it when you observe it.
Yes.
I can observe and say, okay, oh, this is my consciousness. I just put the flashlight on this.
Yes.
And then the next moment says, oh, this is my feeling. Oh, I have a sensation. I can feel something. And your observer can say, okay, now, I have this emotion. This is the process of emotion. Just observing any one after the other and recognizing, oh, now is the perception that is coming out.
Yes.
You know.
See, what's going on is not you, it's just the process in the nature. There's no self. No self. This is the nature. It's the natural process in the nature. It's the nature.
Ma una volta che lo sai non è che ti devi stressare ogni momento nel qui e ora a dire questo è positivo, questo è negativo, questo è quello. Questo è tutto naturale, è la natura delle cose. Quindi una volta che hai la consapevolezza che questo è, basta.
She's saying that
Ti rilassi?
Vuoi che io traduco?
Sì, grazie.
Dice che no, it's not because you know this, that you are aware of this, that you have to stress in each moment to say, oh, now this is what is happening, this is happening. When you know about it, you can also relax and just...
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, being aware or at the conscious moment, it is as light as the light touched this object. As light as that.
It's okay.
Thank you more.
10 โมง
Huh?
10 โมง
Okay. So the information that I tried to express yesterday about the process of the 4 elements, about the process of the mind, then it comes into the whole process of what's so-called 5 aggregates of these 5 elements that formed of, and it's being formed of each movement. And then I think that yesterday when Stefan asked about the thought, it's like you're presented with a new dish all the time. So it doesn't really matter. Well, you know that it's been from the ingredient and it's being presented. You don't have to eat it. So that means that if you really care about the thinking and keeps on going, that means that you consume this, you eat the food. You keep on eating it, and you really enjoy eating this. But in order to know that, oh, it's the dish and you're cooking, it's from that process, you don't have to care about it. Because it keeps on going.